Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about Google Audiences. There are two ways to set up your audiences on Google. One of them you're probably used to, one of them you might not be. And it's a very cool way to set up your audiences. So I'm going to talk about that, and then going to go through some of the different options you have for audiences on Google, which is also a little bit different than some of the other platforms. Lots of opportunity to just chisel in and get down there to your perfect audience that's actually profitable at the level that it can be, even with all the competition on Google. So diving in here. The first way to set up your audiences is what you're probably used to, is called targeting. So you can set a particular audience, and let's say you're running a non-brand search campaign, you can actually overlay an audience onto that non-brand search campaign to where anybody who searches for a keyword inside of that audience, the ad will show, but anybody who searches for that keyword outside of the audience, your ad will not show. The second setting that you can put on audiences is you can set them on what's called observation. And what that means is if you have a non-brand campaign that you're running, you have keywords that you're targeting, right? Your ad will show for those keywords no matter what. But you can observe a particular group of people, a particular target audience, and see, do these people perform better than the average, than the regular people searching for my keywords? And if they do, the cool thing is you can bid up on those people. Sometimes we'll see a cost per sale that's 1/3. The rest of the account, or double, triple ROAS than the rest of the campaign, for example, and the people searching for those keywords. So we can bid up double or triple for that particular core group of users, and vice versa. If they're performing much lower, you can actually go in and bid less for that particular group of people. And this is just incredible. It allows you to go really broad on your keywords, but then narrow in with your target audiences. It allows you to scale better. And even if you're just trying to crack non-brand for the first time, it's a great way to do that, because you don't have to compete with all the world for your particular keyword. You can just compete in a very, very niche area. And what's even more, you can then know that your ad is showing to these niche people, and you're bidding up, maybe you have 3 or 4 different audiences that you're bidding up on, and you can start adjusting your ad copy to really, really niche in these particular areas, and it really opens up opportunities. So both for performance and for scale, setting audiences on observation is one of my favorite things to do on Google. And now I want to talk to you guys about a few different types of audiences that you can target and you can put on observation, and why we might use one or the others. There are 4 main types of audiences that we'll go through really quickly here. The first is an affinity audience, and this is somebody who is interested in something. They've been interested in that thing. They will be interested in that thing. So for example, I like to run. I've been running since I was very young. Hopefully I will be running until I'm very old. And that means that most likely I'm in some kind of an affinity audience for running or health and fitness, something like that. An in-market audience is number 2, and that is a little bit different. It's when somebody has just come into the market for something. So if my friend has started thinking about going for runs and they want to, think about becoming a runner, then maybe they're going to start suddenly searching for things regarding running where they haven't in the past. And so that person would be in an in-market audience for maybe health and fitness, jogging, running, what have you. Also, if I'm suddenly, I find out I'm pregnant, I'm not, but if I did and I suddenly started looking for things about baby products, that would be an in-market segment. If I'm looking for a home, for example, if I'm suddenly going to buy a car, or I want to get a dog, maybe my pattern and my behavior changes, that Google starts picking up on a new pattern of behavior, and that is an in-market segment audience. So it's really cool to know that and to try to use that to your advantage in your campaigns. Number 3 is a similar audience, and that is exactly like Facebook's lookalikes. You can pick a particular audience and then run a similar audience on it. We typically do all purchasers or all converters, and that is actually all converters. A similar audience on all converters is an audience that actually automatically populates whenever you're connecting your Google Ads account to your Shopify account. So it's awesome, and it's just sitting right in there in the audiences tab, most likely for you to try out. The fourth type of audience is a custom audience, and that is your traditional custom audience, add to cart, site visitors, whatever you want to set up with a particular event, that is a custom audience. So it's pretty cool because you don't have to set up an actual retargeting campaign anymore. You could just overlay a particular custom audience over your campaigns and observe them first and see, does this group of people perform better? Is this actually something that looks scalable from an impressions perspective? And if it does, then sure, go ahead and break it out and have more control over it. But maybe it makes sense to just bid up, 10 to 15% or 20%, and you don't have to go through the whole process of setting up another campaign. So those are some of the audiences that you can use on Google. I want to say one more thing regarding YouTube that we use with custom audiences, and you can actually do a custom audience based on keywords. So you can choose a keyword and you can say, hey Google, I want to specifically bid on people who are searching for this keyword or who have recently searched for this keyword. And Google doesn't say it in exactly what time period they judge that on. I've heard 24 hours, I've heard 48 hours, I've heard 7 days, but it's pretty recently. So it's an awesome option to test on YouTube. We use it a lot. So just throwing in that tidbit there, that little bit of information. Those are the types of audiences. Go out there and try some of these overlaid on your campaigns on observation and let us know how it goes for you.